And we're live. Hello, everyone. This is Starlight Spellsinger. Welcome to another episode of the Open Circle. Today's guest is Draven Michael. We're going to talk about his path, his practice, his channel, his perspective on things. But before we dive into everything, let's do the intro thingy. Alrighty. Where is the chat? For some reason, hold on. I need to figure this out because I don't even have the chat up. Because I clicked on something and it went away. So there's private chat, but I don't think that's what I want. Where did it go?
Hold on, I can watch it if you need me to.
I had private chat. Where did the regular chat go? This is what happens. Oh, comments. Is that where it is? Okay. Maybe I think I have it. Maybe.
That's where it seems to have been moved every time that I've
Okay. Because, yeah.
been watching here lately.
Okay. Okay. Live viewer. Yeah, okay. I figured it out.
Why can't I hear you now? You've muted yourself, girl. Hold on. I don't know why I couldn't hear you. I still can't. One moment. All right, I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Because, okay. So,
buddy.
what I think happened is my microphone USB got bumped. So, I'm going to have to figure that out. Yay for technical issues.
Yeah.
You still hear me, right? So, we're good?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay. Hi, Noah. Nice to see you.
What's up?
Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about you, who you are, and what you're all about?
All right. My name is Draven Michael. I've been pagan for most of the last 15 years, since about 2008 or so. And not too long after that, I found the YouTube witchy community. So I've been around here for a long time. I practice an eclectic method of witchcraft that I work mostly with the Norse gods plus the Morrigan. And it seems that I fall naturally into trance work, a little bit of channeling, whether I really wanted to or not. Star can tell you about that. And pretty much I'm an open book.
Okay. Let me go back to my questions here. There we go. Okay, now we're good. All right, I'm so sick of these technical issues. So how did you come up with your YouTube name?
Well, I thought about making a channel a couple of years ago at this point. Back in the first version of Witches in the Woods that they had to do online. So, Witches in the Woods 2, several of the YouTubers that do that were kind of pushing me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I changed my name from Fire Paradox 333 to Draven Michael. Draven is a reference to the main character, the Crow, Eric Draven, and Michael's my first name, so it just fit.
Okay. Like I never saw the Crow, so like I never understood the reference until a while ago.
It deals with death and resurrection.
Do you
So it's got the crow symbolism in it. It's kind of more organic in a lot of ways.
Okay. And like since you work with the Morrigan, like is like death work a part of your practice?
It's becoming part of it.
Okay.
Like I've always worked with spirits of the deceased, but not to the level that I feel myself moving towards now.
Okay.
Like I had what I call a near death experience back in February, and it was just eye opening.
Mm-hmm. Is that what kind of led to that transition in your practice?
Yeah, it definitely pushed me deeper.
Okay. Um, is there anything that you want to elaborate on that? Like,
Yeah, like the near death experience to me felt like being held in a gently flowing river. Like I was being held by Odin, Thor, the Morrigan. My ancestors that have gone on were around me, just gently holding me there. And this was like 2 or 3 days I felt this. And it was
okay.
just so weird but peaceful. I didn't want to go. And coming back, I knew that I had to do something community related. I had really planned on kicking off my channel back in February and didn't get to do that because I was sick. And then when I came back, my ass had just been kicked to the point where I didn't have the energy for it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sorry,
wanted to have
I wasn't smiling at you. I was like smiling at the barking dog.
that
So-
Roxy.
oh, sorry.
You have the Luna monster. I have the Roxy monster.
Oh my gosh. Is she like a German Shepherd?
Yeah,
She has a very high pitched bark for a German Shepherd.
that's the puppy bark.
Enjoy the puppy days while they
The
last.
real bark is German Shepherd.
Okay.
I was playing with her earlier and got that German Shepherd bark right in my ear.
I was gonna say it sounded more like mine with a little tiny bark. So
Nah,
that's cute. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like interrupt you and like change up things.
it's just two friends having a chat story. We're good.
Yeah. um. Okay, so what inspired you to create your channel?
Well, I'd been feeling off and on like I'd wanted to do it and be deeper involved in the community
Mm-hmm.
and felt like I'd had something to say and ideas to throw out there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the people that were around when I started just aren't making anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, they're gone, so maybe it's my time to step up and step in.
Right, right. It's interesting how there's like always a different like fluctuation of YouTubers, or like, you know what I mean? Some go, some new ones come, some stay, and like, I don't know.
Some go and come back.
Mhm.
But energy flows, it never stays in one place. And you see
Yeah.
that within community, just any community really.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cannot stop energy. It can change, but it keeps going.
Mhm. So what are your overall goals for your channel?
Just to come up with new ideas, new things, maybe a new way of looking at something.
Okay.
I'm trying not to step back into the basic stuff that everybody's done before. If you want to
Mhm.
know how to make something, there's other channels of smarter witches at it than me. I'm not an herbalist. Go watch Annie.
Mhm. So what kind of content do you create?
Well, I've shared some info on working with spirits, and I've also mentioned how witches need to be willing to try new things,
Mhm.
even if it's not popular.
Right.
I
Because
refer to the old witches pyramid: to know, to will, to dare.
mhm.
We forget the will and the dare part quite a bit.
Mhm. But like if you don't explore and try new things, are you growing in your practice? You know what I mean? Like are you like that's the only way to move forward is to like you're right. Like is to like be adventurous and try something new, switch it up, you know? Like or
But
at
there's
least it, hmm?
two ways of growth to me: growing outward and growing deeper.
Mm,
Growing deeper is gaining more knowledge and wisdom in your practices as you do them now.
mhm.
And growing outward is learning new practices and new ways of doing.
Right. Right, absolutely. I agree with that. Um so speaking of trying something new, like is there a different style of video that you'd be like interested in trying?
I honestly haven't come across it yet, but I feel like if I have an idea that's outside of my box,
Mhm.
I'll probably end up
Oh,
like, you know what, let's do it and
right.
try.
Mhm.
Honestly, a lot of like all of my videos have been recorded here. I've got a mic that's like pro quality.
Mm.
I just got a new camera because my old one met my dog.
Oh no.
It's coming that is good. And I've got an
Okay.
editing suite. I need to learn how to use it.
What are you using for editing?
Filmora Pro.
There we go. I converted somebody.
You're the one that told me about it.
Yeah. It is complicated. I'm still learning it myself, but like if you need help with anything, let me know. I'm always here, you know. We could help each other, you know.
You were the first person I told about making a video.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, I got a call on Discord.
I was so nervous and afraid and angsty about it.
Mhm.
It's like, oh my God, why didn't it load faster?
Well, hey, look, you did it. Look where you're at now, you know? You have
Like,
40 some subscribers and it's only been a few months. You're doing well.
mm-hmm. Honestly,
So,
like the sub count is awesome, but just having something out there
mhm.
is a win for me. Like, I'm gonna
Right.
try to interact with everybody that interacts, and I got a bit of love for them,
Mhm.
but just that challenge of, okay, I'm doing this. It's still a bit of something to get over, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
It's different being on this side of the camera.
Isn't it though?
It's a totally different world and a different set of anxieties relating to YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Aiden. Nice to see you.
Hey Aiden, what's up? Welcome back.
But yeah, it is a world of difference. Like, you're either consuming or creating. You know what I mean? So, and it's a totally different world when you're creating
Mm-hmm.
it. Absolutely. Um, did I ask you what inspired you to create your channel? I don't remember.
Somewhat. And I was also pushed into it by Chris Ashburn and Blue Knight during a Drunken Divinations, actually. It was one of the first times Chris was on, and I mentioned that I'd been thinking about it. So I got half hour of them saying, do it, do it.
And you did it. And you didn't just have them, you had like everyone in Discord too, you know what I mean? There was a lot of people telling you to do it.
Just a lot of people that I can't even remember them all. I think Little Cosmic Crow was one of them.
Yeah, there was a few.
It was honestly kind of cool seeing that many people that I talk to, and some of them that I look up to, saying do it. It's quite a motivating push.
Right. So, who inspires you within the pagan witchy spiritual YouTube community?
Well, Chris,
Aw.
she is amazing. So knowledgeable and yet so down to earth. Like, if she's doing something and she sees you pop in, like, I may not say anything to her, but it'll be at, hey, Draven. I've seen her do that with other people. And she knows what she's doing. And when spirit comes through her, you know. She isn't putting on what's coming.
Okay. Is there anyone else?
Well, one of the first people I watched, Tiptoe Chick,
Rest in peace.
I used to talk to her a lot. And just her genuine, like, this is D way of going about it. She's another one that knew what she was doing and had that connection to spirit. She was like the Green Witch 1.0. And Annie's just taken it and ran with it.
She's new gen. Yeah.
An amazing level, you know?
Hi, Justin. Yeah. So, do you consider yourself a witch, pagan, or spiritual in any way?
I'm a pagan witch.
Okay.
I work with, for want of a better term, the old gods. And I practice magic. Like, any term you want to give me as far as magical practitioner, I'll take it.
Okay.
Like, what you give me is what you think, and not necessarily what I am. Like, I can be given a label, but it doesn't have power over me until I choose to take it.
Gotcha. Oh, hi, Fiction Lady. So you're a pagan witch. I knew that you were pagan. I didn't know where witchcraft sat with you. It's been a while since we like sat down and talked and stuff. It's been a while. But like, do you consider your practice more Norse based? Like, are you eclectic? Like, if you were to like label it down.
I call myself a Norse leaning eclectic.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, I work with a lot of the Norse framework. a lot of the Norse gods, but there are pieces from other places that just fit well into the puzzle that I'm creating that is me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I can do my practice without the Morrigan or her presence. We've been together too many trips around this ball of earth, too many lives at this point to not
Okay.
be connected in some way, I don't think.
No, you're saying like too many lives. Do you mean like past lives?
Yeah,
Okay. How did you discover you had a past life with the Morgan?
I had this very, very vivid dream. One of her things is the washer at the ford,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll wash armor of knights or fighters that are going to die in battle. And I
Mm-hmm.
saw her washing a set of somebody's armor in the waters, and like I could smell the blood, the tangy metallic blood on the clothing and on like the ring, the chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
My shield was all screwed up, laying against the bank, and in that dream, like I woke up after that, and it felt like I'd just been thrown into an icy bath.
Okay. Like, how did you know that was your armor? I'm getting nosy here, so.
Well, I was writing, and I had that symbol up ahead of me, like somebody else in my retinue had a banner with my heraldry on it.
Okay.
And when you like in situations like that, when you see something and it has that resonance and you just know,
Mm,
it's
okay.
kind of one of those things, just the two stacked together.
Gotcha. Was it like just a dream that came to you, or did you do like a past life regression? Like,
Honestly, that instance, I don't know. If
okay.
both could be an answer, I'm going to say both here
Okay.
because I don't know where we go when we dream.
Right, right.
I didn't I didn't willingly go to find it.
Okay, so it wasn't like an intentional like past life regression. It just like happened.
Spirit led my dream self for whatever reason to that dream to have and to feel.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
On this
Um
life, I ran from Morrigan.
okay.
It's like I know, like too many times I know how this ends in some way,
Mm,
and it's never fun. I'm not working with you this go around. She shows up, and I thought she was there for my wife. I
okay.
was hoping she was there for my wife, and I come to this realization years and years down the line, she was there for me.
Mm.
And when I accepted it, it was intense. I was initiated soon after.
What do you mean initiated?
Like, I felt crows just picking me clean.
Was this in like another dream or?
Like, I kind of tranced off. Like, I was awake and felt kind of outside and felt outside of myself. And I felt this happening to the body. And then once it was over, I just kind of felt this embrace and being remade
Mm.
and just this power. Like I knew it was her. I
Okay.
can't I can't fully do it justice. I was burning some incense and just had that moment. I didn't plan on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd been thinking. I'm like, all right, I'm yours this go around. I'll work with you.
So you
And
went from like kind of like avoiding her to wanting to work with her, what made you change your mind?
Time.
Okay.
Time and just too many things starting to resonate with me. Helped along by Joey Morris. Some of her stuff, some of Chris's stuff, and it just all stacked up.
Okay.
Because it
Gotcha.
started me thinking and coming to terms with some things, and it's just like, it's okay.
It's funny how some people resist working with a deity. I had that with Scotty. So.
Yep.
Because you know my seasonal affective disorder, and here comes this winter goddess like, hey bitch, we gonna work together. No. But you know, it ends up working out for a reason.
What nickname did we give you last winter?
Elsa. I'd say she's helping. But yeah, it's funny how like you don't want them in your life and then they're there and then you see what an impact it has on you for the better. And
it's powerful.
Yeah.
You cannot deny that it's powerful once you're like, all right, let's do this.
I had no intention of working with a Norse deity. That Celtic is my jam. Here comes this Norse bitch. I think Justin kind of had like a similar experience with Hecate. I don't think he wanted to work with her. As far as I remember, from what I recall from a long while ago. Or no, he didn't see the signs or like realize it. I don't remember, Justin. You'll have to do another video on that story.
Or you'll just have to watch the video we already put out on it.
Oh, he did?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm so far behind on stuff. Oh, that's funny. I'd love to know if anyone else had a similar experience.
You know they're out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to hear them.
Think about it, though. You have that tide of winter. Don't you also work with Bridget?
Emilk. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Bridget's my matron. And, I mean, she's the harbinger of spring. And at the time, I'm like, oh, yeah, spring, winter's gonna go away. You know, like, this is good.
But what's usually on the ground February 2nd and where you live?
Snow. Yeah, you're right. Oh. I forgot that I can pin comments. I forgot I can do that. I can. Wow. Show. There we go. It was a mess mostly because you're in resistance, right? And then when you stopped resisting, did it improve for you? That tends to be how it goes.
It either improved for him or the roller coaster got crazier.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
The fiction lady says, I may have Odin help.
Right. Why do you need help, fiction lady? Like, why are you apprehensive?
Is Odin demanding?
He can be.
That's my impression.
But the demand I've found has been knowledge and wisdom related.
Okay.
Creation seems to be one of his things. Like, write, learn.
Right.
Share what you learn. I mean, he can poke you with the stick, but keep in mind there's also different aspects that are going to manifest for different people. He may be a bit more of the fiery war and death god with somebody, but I'm over here working with and interacting with the knowledge seeker Odin, that sacrificed himself on the Yggdrasil.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you, you know how Odin sacrificed himself with Yggdrasil. Like, do you make sacrifices within your practice in order to, like, gain knowledge, wisdom, or something from Odin? And I'm not talking animals, I'm talking, like...
Time.
Okay.
Because the most important thing in my life right now is my family.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a wife, kids, a psychotic dog that is somewhere. So I give time of, well, some of that precious free time I have when I'm not working and not asleep to
Mm-hmm.
learn, to write. I'm working on, this may seem kind of selfish to some, but I'm working on a D&D campaign that I want to run for my wife and kids and their
Mm-hmm.
partners. And that's a massive creative process.
Nice.
You've
That's
played.
awesome. Yeah, I'm in a campaign right now. I'm playing a gnome druid named Mivo, and I want her to get squashed and die soon so I can play a bard, not a bard, a dwarven... what was
Barbarian.
it? Dwarven barbarian? Was it? A
Oh,
what?
nice.
Oh, a monk. In the way of the drunken fist, right?
Oh, nice. You want to play
Yes.
Thor like Joe.
Yes, that's my plan.
With a monk, use your key points wisely.
Okay. Denial, a bit scared, because I felt that way too. Everybody jeeps. I'm sorry. Everybody keeps warning me. I think that's what you meant. So far, I haven't felt that worried about. Okay. Being blindsided. Okay.
Honestly, with the blindsided thing and boundaries, in every aspect of our lives, I feel like we all need to get better at setting boundaries or making stronger boundaries. No
Mm-hmm.
is the most powerful two-letter word ever created, and you have to stand by it. If you don't want to work with somebody, tell them no and mean it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like Odin the way I know him isn't going to be that terror of the battlefield, but that's how I get him. I've got his son, my patron, for more of the rah kind of stuff.
Right. Thor is your patron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm.
But if you have questions or just need to talk to someone, Fiction Lady, just find me on one of the Discords and I'll answer anything you need.
Draven, do you want your email to be public? Like, do you want me to put that in the description?
I would prefer for my email not to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
But maybe list out beneath it, like that I'm in a couple of the, like in your Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, you are in my Discord. The Fiction Lady's in the Discord too, so there is a deity section in there. Feel free to
I'll
chat in
post
there too, or private message Draven. And if you are not in the Discord, bam, there's a link. Feel free to join. It's not that
subscribe.
complicated once you get used to it. There's no paywall. It's totally free. And if you don't like it, you can always
Leave server.
leave. Yeah. There's no pressure. This is a chill environment. It's 18 plus. So if you want to join, you can join. If not, that's totally okay. No pressure. But there are some amazing people like myself and Draven and Alondra. There's a bunch of different the fiction ladies in there. But yeah, I'm just gonna.
This last year, though, has been one of change for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so crazy from like, well, quite honestly, last Samhain to now, my life is completely different.
Yeah.
A wild year.
Mm-hmm. It has. A lot happened for you. A lot.
New job, deathly sick,
Mm-hmm.
getting married, moving the day after.
Mm-hmm. New state.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm completely on a different end of 75 now, almost.
Oh, you're good. You're good. The fiction lady. You're good. It happens.
Jeeps
Um,
are very sturdy vehicles.
you know, if I had good eyesight, a Jeep would be my go-to because you could take the doors off. I would be that bitch mudding. I would be off-roading. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You live in a
So,
good area for it.
yeah. But my eyesight issue makes me a little more tame than I would like to be. So,
And then you could go down and see Marky.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's just in West Virginia.
It's not that far. I'm not going to disclose the state that I live in, but if you know, you know. um, so, do you want to elaborate on your path and practice a little bit? Or did you want to move on to the next question?
Right, my path has gone all over the place. When I started practicing, I thought I wanted to be a druid,
Mm,
but there was just so much missing from what I was reading and seeing. Like, I wanted something with a bit more teeth in it.
okay.
So I started looking into conjure and hoodoo, which fits well with my Appalachian roots.
Mm-hmm.
My family's from southeastern Kentucky on my dad's side, and at least Virginia on my mom's. So it's definitely there. And then I started feeling this pull into Norse paganism. And as I got into it, I had to do a lot of reading and a lot of looking around because,
Mm-hmm.
well, Norse paganism has been commandeered by a lot of shitty people.
Right. Do you want to talk? You want to go into that?
Like,
Like, do you
a
want to go
lot,
into like the misconceptions and misrepresentations?
yeah, a lot of the Norse pagan symbols, like honestly, we'll start with one of the most common ones used by the Nazis. The swastika is the rune Sowilo repeated over and over. And it was used as a symbol of the sun at one point. And then it's not even just the Norse that used it. There were Native American versions of the swastika, Indian, like Hindu, used it, and that's been symbol's been tainted for everybody.
Yeah.
And they've tainted other runes, like the Othala symbol, which is one of Odin's runes,
Mm-hmm.
supposed to mean family legacy. And now, if you see that symbol somewhere or somebody using it, you've got to sit there and really look at them. Like the Odin's knot has been kind of commandeered. When you see somebody wearing a Mjolnir, you've got to sit there and watch their actions
Mm.
and get to know somebody because there's a chance that this person's a racist asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And then even like the ravens have been used heavily by supremacists. It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But that just means that as a human being, even, I've got to be aware of my actions and what I'm doing and what I'm doing says to other people about who I am and what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of a lot of writing in how people act because I fear for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the LGBT community, and part of like the Nazism and supremacy is hatred for that group.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fear thing.
Right.
But
But that's not all Norse pagans, right? Like that's just a
no,
um
it's just an overlapping segment, and that overlapping segment can get kind of loud.
mm-hmm.
But there are most pagan groups out there that stand against those that abuse and misuse the symbols and the ideology.
Mm. So how do you find like a legit um non-supremacist group?
Honestly, a lot of Google foo. Ask
Okay.
around, look around. If you find somebody that you respect and they seem legit, see who they associate with and who they promote. As long as they pass that feel test and you can't find anything bemoaning their ties to a racist organization or a sympathizer of one of those organizations, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Those require looking into things.
Right. Um so how did you find paganism?
Honestly, it comes from me getting an astrology book to better understand this foreign language. My best friend at the time
Mm.
was talking to me.
Okay.
It was an astrology book like that thick.
Mm-hmm.
And I read it in like a week to better understand what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to talking about energy and how it flows and just feeling it in different places or getting different feelings in different places.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to realize that I had this feeling of peace energy when I would be in the woods as a kid or sitting by the fire with my family and friends. And that kind of got me looking at and for podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, fiction lady. But like I started looking into druidry. I found some amazing podcasts, not even just about druidry, like Druidcast with Dave the Bard from Obod. Then I found Peter Patton's Crooked Path. He's gone now. He passed away
Aw.
in 2014, but he was amazing.
Aw.
Corey and Lane from New World Witchery.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for what feels like ever. They were an influence on my early practice. And then I
Yeah, you
started.
got me into them. So.
I know
Mm-hmm.
that part is all my fault.
It is.
Then I moved into YouTube and just spending time outside and looking and feeling and just thinking, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend was kind of a guide close up in some ways with some of it. Like we would talk about things, even though they lived in Hollywood at the time.
Wow.
So I'd be working late nights and it'd still be like 9 o'clock for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be talking to them on the way home and they'd talk to me.
Nice.
2 in the morning
Wow.
on those old fucking LG flip phones that didn't even have a proper ringtone, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, what are some of the lessons that your spiritual path has taught you?
That we are stronger than we know. We just have to work to access it, whether it's mentally or physically.
Mm-hmm.
That family and friends, there isn't necessarily a line between them, but you protect what you value and what you love.
Mm-hmm.
And over time and over some of the work I've done, I've realized it's people, it's connections that I value over things. That energy and magic is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is open up to it. And magic doesn't have to be some elaborate thing. You don't need the $300 or $500 altar space
Right,
in
right.
your work. You don't need a walk in pantry just for your magical herbs.
Mm-hmm.
More effective spells have been cast in a fit of rage with a finger point
Mm-hmm.
than there's been with a full on elaborate ritual under the full moon.
You're right. And like witches back in the day, they didn't have all this stuff. They're lucky if they had a
Our
plain like
ancestors cast
yeah.
more spells doing this towards somebody
Mm-hmm.
than we'll ever know.
Right, right.
It's all in the intention of the energy you put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Our energy casts more magic than we'll ever think we're doing,
Right.
we'll ever be aware we're doing. You come up to somebody in a bad mood and they're calm and just chill. They're just kind of sitting there doing this number. You feel yourself starting to calm down almost inevitably. That's magic.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't see it that way.
Right, right.
Stepping out in the morning, you're annoyed because your dog wakes you up at 7 o'clock on a Saturday. And then you see that sun coming up over 300-year-old oak trees and it takes your breath away. That's magic.
Mm-hmm. Like I can see how having stuff is helpful and can enhance your practice, but like you can do just as well without it. You're absolutely right.
It's all in how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
You use a big elaborate altar and setup and it helps you narrow in on the thing, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
If it brings you joy, go for it.
But if it has no significance, is it really going to have an impact? You
It's not,
know? If you don't know how to use the stuff, is it going to work?
nope, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to look pretty and eventually it'll collect dust.
Yeah.
What isn't meant to be there will fall away.
Yeah.
And when it does, you will find you do not miss it.
Right. Exactly. Um so what are your hobbies outside of witchcraft and paganism?
Uh, I guess spending time with my family,
Mm-hmm.
reading, writing, music,
Okay. Like are you
D&D.
writing songs?
No, I'm writing fiction,
Okay.
and I'm coming up with that world for D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I play in a game with Catherine Black's husband and her
Nice.
and a few others. We don't play often enough, but I love it.
Aw. That's awesome. Um so this is like a totally like non-relevant question to like
Go for it.
anything. What is your favorite race and class in D&D?
I honestly don't know that I have one. I've only played 2 different races so far.
Okay.
I've played a half elf twice and a barbarian, or a dwarf barbarian. So at this point, I guess it'd be the half elf, but there's a few out there I want to try.
Nice.
The pot's talking to the kettle, Kate.
um so what do you want to try?
I want to try the tiefling.
Okay,
I wanted to
tiefling.
play it. Tiefling
Yeah, what
hexblade,
class? Okay. Didn't you make one?
and the game never got off the ground.
Aw.
Like I rolled up the character, talked to the DM about what I like, backstory, hooks, like character
Mm.
background and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as it went.
Okay.
Part of me wants
Aw.
to try the hexblade or some type of wizard,
Nice.
or if I'm just in the mood, go barbarian again.
They're easy to use compared to like all these spells you have to keep track of. You
The
know?
best example I have of the barbarian is Bruce Banner when the Hulk takes over.
Yeah.
It's literally Hulk smash barbarian rage.
Mm-hmm. I think my husband played a Dragonborn barbarian. He died.
Ah, yes.
He died. Poor Shrukar. Ah, that was funny though.
It's funny how much cultural commonality though there is between D&D and witchcraft because of the 80s and what went on.
Mm-hmm. D&D got associated with some not so, some misunderstood stuff. I'll say that way.
So did the witches. The satanic panic was real.
Yeah.
A lot of my favorite artists growing up got tarred with that.
Mm.
Ozzy, Priest, Maiden.
Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know, there's even like misconceptions within Satanism. It's a lot of misinformation. We all know where that came from, and I'm not gonna bash anything, you know.
Uh,
It's sad.
I've got a name that comes to mind on that one, but I'll leave their name gone.
Yeah, we're not gonna drop names here. This is not the place for it. But
I'm
hey,
not
we
drink.
have, huh?
Go ahead.
Okay. What were we gonna say?
We're not drinking. I'm not drinking tea here anyway. I can't
I'm
spill it.
I'm drinking tea, but I'm not gonna spill it. I have a vanilla chai. So is it okay if I ask you one more question, and then we can take questions from the audience if anyone has anything to ask?
Yeah, I'm down for anything.
Okay, so do you have any advice to new beginner pagans and witches?
Oh boy. Take it slow. It's more of a marathon path than a sprint. And don't be afraid to try things. There are no grand witchy or pagan authority figures. We're responsible on this road. We have to decide what is right and what is wrong for us.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to gain the basic knowledge before you can fly. But as you're learning to fly, don't be afraid to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Get back up. Work toward understanding energy and how to protect yourself in your area. That is a big one. But don't be afraid to look beyond just like the candle magic or herb magic. There's a lot out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you will have doubts. Self doubt is big. Getting through it, it's an amazing journey to go down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the wandering path for a reason.
Well said. And like, it's okay to question yourself too, you know what I mean? I just want to elaborate on what you said. So, um, does anyone have any questions for Draven?
I will say though, the most important question to ask, just in general life, is why.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing things? Why is this the way it is? And then looking to change what you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That's just as important on your craft journey.
Absolutely. That can open a lot of doors just by that one question.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one. Yeah,
What?
I've got one for you.
Oh,
If
for
you could go,
me.
and the chat.
Oh
If you
boy.
could go anywhere in the world that has a witchy connotation or energy to it, where would it be and why?
Ooh. You know, that's something that I've actually been thinking about a lot. It was a dream to go to Salem, but that's kind of, I will get there at some point, but like that's over commercialized. New Orleans over commercialized, even though there's a lot of history there too. Stonehenge, for obvious reasons, also commercialized. If anything, I'd probably go to Kildare. That's where, so it's in Ireland, and it is Brigid's like sacred space. There's a monastery there, and it was built over, you know, the monastery. They would build churches over sacred pagan sites, so it was sacred at one point. I think my translation for Kildare is Church of the Oak. And Oak was sacred to Bridget and sacred to Druids. I think I would go there because it has history with Bridget, and like if I can at least connect to the land where a lot of her origin came from, I think,
It would deepen that relationship.
yeah. But I also want to go to like Sweden. After seeing a lot of Yona Yeaton's videos, that seems like I'm not gonna pick one. What about you?
How much time we got?
We have a minute. We could go over. So
Honestly, like here lately, I want to go to the redwoods before they're gone.
okay.
That place has been kind of talking to me for years anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Stonehenge,
Mm-hmm.
of course, Salem, New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
Sedona. This may sound weird, but I want to go to a concert at Red Rocks in Colorado
Ooh.
because it's set up on the mountainside and you've got just the mountain view.
Mm-hmm.
Your arms aren't big enough, Kate. They let you out of Ireland when you went?
Oh, that's cool. You've been to Ireland.
Where at?
That's awesome. Yeah, what area?
Any questions in the chat, guys?
Yeah, we have a little bit of time, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to pop them down in the comment thingy.
Do you have any more questions?
We went through them all.
You've known me for a while now. You have questions.
Let's see, the fiction lady. I want to go see Scandinavia. Yes, to see the Viking sites. Sweden.
If I go to Scandinavia, I'm not coming home.
Yeah, I bet you'd stay.
Like, all right, this is home now.
Wow.
That's
I went
awesome.
around the whole coast. Wow. That's awesome. Oh, that's cool.
Like, if you guys can't tell, I've known Star for about a year of heavy interaction.
Yeah, it's been about a year. Time flies.
Over about from August.
Yeah, when I was having those issues. Oh.
But yeah, like, don't underestimate the power of just directed energy.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Are you ready to wrap it up?
I'm ready to go as long as you want to.
Alrighty. So we're at 9:32. And I think we'll wrap it up here. If anybody out there, are interested in being a guest on the Open Circle, you can contact me through my email, starlightspellsinger@gmail.com, and we can set you up into the schedule because we have a few open slots. And this goes for if you're new or returning to the show. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and being in the chat. It was a great conversation, and Draven, thank you so much for being a guest. It was awesome to sit down and talk to you and learn more about your practice. It was just two friends chatting. It was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. It's very relaxed coming on. I'm glad we got to chat, and honestly, we've still got a lot we can scratch.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like, even if you wanted to come back, just let me know and we can schedule something in.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I know people's schedules are busy. So, alrighty. Well, thank you guys for coming, and thank you, Draven. And I will see you guys. Oh, putting a comment. How hard is it to keep a fire?
Keep up with your practice. Honestly, your practice doesn't need to be some elaborate thing. Like, it can be the small gestures mean the most in a relationship, whether it be with your partner or a god. A small gesture is just as magical as the full rite of Solomon. It's the small things and the intention you put behind it. Like, hoodoo and conjure is some of the simplest, most mundane stuff on earth, combined with an intention to do the magic. The magic comes from here, not the thing, but the thing's energies can aid in what you put from here into it.
That was nice. We were able to get in a question before checking off. I think this is a good place to end it. And then, we can always work out something in the future.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Draven, for wanting to be a guest. I'm glad you had fun. That's good. That's what this is all about. It's a more chill environment, but it's fun. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. I should see you guys on October 1st is the next show. And I currently don't have a guest lined up, so that spot is open. Alrighty. And if you want to be a guest, shoot me an email. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.